My name is Mamouna Ouedraogo, a resident of Corsimora. I went to get firewood in Côte d'Ivoire when a trunk fell on my left foot. There was no open wound. I thought it was not so bad. But after long treatments, the pain was still present. I came back to Burkina Faso to continue the treatment. This is where the doctor told me that we had to amputate my foot. At first, I refused. But the doctors told me that they are artificial feet. I finally accepted. After the amputation of my foot, I benefited from a prosthesis. But my husband was so ashamed of me that he abandoned me with our 3 children. I lived with my parents, who farmed to feed me. The hardest thing was having bad thoughts in my head all day long due to inactivity. But with the thought that others who have lost their lives in accidents were less fortunate than me, I ended up accepting my situation, and I said to myself, it is God who wanted it that way. From that moment, doors began to open. One day I went to Kaya and the doctors told me about RBC. I went to see them and they put me in touch with CBM agents. CBM supported me with gardening equipment, seeds and goats. I was able to start the off-season cultivation. Now I have income, and with my children, we have enough to feed and dress ourselves, afford healthcare, and pay for schooling. Today I will say that my life has changed. It is beautiful, but I'm not alone in my case. I also heard of Basil Sawadogo from Zorkum, a village in the commune of Kaya. I let him tell you his story.
I have been a victim of polio at the age of 7 and lost the use of my 2 legs. I realized very quickly that my life had changed because we did not want to go out anymore. I became like an object and I thought it was better to die. So 15 years ago, I started gardening to get out of this situation. The plot was about 1 kilometer from our house. I was hiding to go there. I needed to carry out an activity that gives meaning to my life and that allows me to be independent. It was there that I met a CBM manager who brought me a motor pump, pipes, fences, seeds, fertilizer, and gasoline. I also benefited from training. That year, I had 100 kg of sesame, and the sale of vegetables brought me about 200,000 FCFA. I renovated my house and my mother's. I do not beg anymore. My life today is better. I plan to start a small business.
Every person with a disability must strive to carry out an activity, even if it is very small. We must not remain idle, because we do not gain anything staying idle.